Booyaka Shell, welcome back to another episode of You Can't Handle the Heat. It's your boy G Swizz. Although I'm by myself right now, this is not going to be a solo dolo episode with a solo dolo myself. We're going to get Micah Maha on here and an ex-enemy, Gabi Garcia Fernandez, who is enjoying and absolutely destroying in the Italian League on Lube. It's going to be awesome. But first, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Manscaped. Oh my God, I mixed it up. Oh my God, I can't believe I mixed our sponsors up. Manscaped. Volleyballs. All cap, no cap. And to keep yourself nice and electrolyted. I'm losing it over here, guys. I'm sorry. To keep yourself nice and electrolyted with Dr. Price Electrolytes, add some 20% off. Without further ado, Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
You can handle the heat. Yeah. You can handle the heat.
We're now joined here by an ex-Cougar, currently the opposite for Lube, Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Gabi, thanks so much for hopping on the pod, my man.
Thank you, guys. Glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good seeing a familiar, friendly face, when in the middle of Europe. It doesn't matter what country you're from or anything, but it's good seeing you, my man. Well, first off, let's start off with this. Let's start off from where you are right now, and then we'll go from there. So where are you at right now, and what club you at?
Right now, I'm in Civitanova Marche, Italy, where the team of Lube is from. Right in the east, I think, coast of Italy. Just playing here in the like we say NCAA, like D1 or A1 league here.
Yeah.
That's the second opposite for the team.
Not really the second, though. I mean, we talked about it a little before we started this show right here. But I'm curious. When I first saw you signed, I was like, okay, what did you sign to? Why did you sign? And what actually kind of happened? Like, for example, you signed a second opposite, and then now you're playing first opposite, or kind of what happened?
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy. It's like as crazy as me getting into BYU is the same crazy here. Quick story: the BYU one, I signed in another university out of nowhere. Ben Patch leaves. And then the spot for first opposite and the financial help arrives at BYU. I get to go to BYU and play as a starter. Here, my mentality to come here, with my decision with my agent and everything, was like, hey, you need to understand the best league. Like, let's say, like the NBA of volleyball is in Italy. It's Italy, Poland type of thing. But if you understand that thing and you get the right connections and the right experience, you can, get a good career. I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, Italy is the dream. So we decided to sign with Lube just to hey, I signed as second opposite. I get to play. I get to attack balls from the Checo. I get to have Simone as a block in front of me. I get to have IYCHTH as a good master to just see very good. Everybody Googled or YouTube Ivan IYCHTH at some point in their lives, and Lucarelli at the outside. So I'll be
That's a heck of a team right there.
I'll be living the true Padawan life.
Right.
So I said, heck yeah, let's go. Let's do this. And after the Olympics, there was a Norseca for Puerto Rico that I played. And then they called me with the news that Ivan was going to get a surgery in his knee. And they were not planning on searching for any more opposites for the team, then I was all we had. So I had to arrive ready to just get into it because I was already kind of behind with this Norseca. So they already had their preseason. I was arriving 2 weeks before season started, or 3 around. So I did a scrimmage and everything, and then we just went ahead with those. I'll tell you guys, those first 3 weeks were hell. Like I don't understand nothing they're saying to me. I don't understand nothing of their system. I I don't even know if I can turn right in this street, like I don't even know what's going on, I don't even know if I'm ordering cheese, or I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
ordering something else, like I don't know what I'm doing. But I literally took the chance, and then at the end of the day, I got in the court, put my shoes on, and I started playing. At the end of it's like playing with Micah, man. I got the Checo. He put the ball up. There's
It
no.
is not.
There's
Hey, to
either
clarify, it is many levels up from playing with me. How is
no,
this
but it's
guy?
like no, but it's like how a lot of players that I've talked to like identify with you. It's like, bro, it's man. He put the ball up. Maybe there's one. Maybe there's none. So
That's so
it gets a
wild.
little easier. So other than that, was just getting rhythm. And
So were
having
they
a
like
shit ton of fun.
were like the superstar players that you were with? Were they like for those first couple weeks until maybe you needed like to get your footing or whatnot, as any rookie would need to do in that situation? Was it like were they like super like crazy towards you? Were they super helpful, or were they super calm, or what was like their demeanor towards you?
Man, I've watched one of my favorite players is Robert Landisimo.
Oh,
He's other than he's like Cuban and very close to my type of personality and culture. Best center and best volleyball player in the world. That guy, I tell you, is the nicest person you'll ever meet in the world. Like he's super helpful and everything. He say, "Hey, my house is open. Anything you need, you get. If you need something from my locker, don't even have to ask me. Open the locker and take it." Things like that. He gave me my first pair of shoes here, just
sick.
like to just like
Yeah, that guy
practice
is
and
a
everything.
sweetheart.
Like super sweetheart. The first couple of weeks, I basically went to dinner almost every day with Lucarelli and the Checo. They were because like Lucarelli he only speak English, Portuguese, and Italian, and he kind of knew like the whole process because this is his second year here in Italy. He played Trento last year, so he knew kind of like the little scare to like kind of be here. And we had dinner together, and then right now like we're like super close friends. Like he has met my family, I met his, and all this. Like everybody's super nice. I will say the Checo is one of my favorites because like he's more of a like tough love type of guy. Like I like you. Everything's so cool, but I'm gonna break your balls in the court, because I'm gonna make you better, So and everybody like practices here are extremely intense. Like this is like there's no like taking off. Like everybody's just sending everything. So everybody's been extremely helpful and just became good friends.
Same as Gage, right, Gage?
Oh yeah, my whole team is just wild. Eastern Europe, man. Like I'm not gonna get into that, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother. But I get it, man.
I'd like you to elaborate for at least 2 minutes about.
Oh man, it's just like, well, here's the thing. It's the coach and the older players are on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Almost to the point where one of our players or a couple of our players are the coaches. So they don't. So let's say if they do a bunch of bad stuff, like for example, the other day at practice, like everyone's having a bad day, and I had a really good couple weeks, really good games and everything like that. But then I had one not so great day at practice. All of a sudden, one of our players, I'm not going to get specific here, goes older players, like he just starts going crazy, and he's like, Gage, what the? And then he starts swearing Bulgarian, turns around, yells my name, Gage, blah, blah, starts spits on the floor, boots the ball to the floor, to the ceiling. And we have like about 2-minute break because he goes to the back line, starts kicking balls. And he does that pretty much the entire practice. He yelled my name, spit like at least 2 times in like 30 minutes, just stuff like that. and then the coach will start yelling at me. Then the scouts yelling at me all at once, just because they can't yell at the older guys. So they're going to direct their focus. And
To
I'm
the
like,
young guys.
exactly. And I'm like a lot of time, I'm the only young guy who starts. So it's like, they're going to find, they're like, all right, here comes Gage. Or I just start laughing sometimes. I'm like, what else? I mean, like, it's just hysterical at times. But that's just how it is. It's tough love. In the moment, I'm just like, I shake my head. I was like, damn it. But like, when I have time to reflect about it, I'm like, all right, I'm a way better player than I was here or there.
For
So,
sure.
I mean, you get it. But so,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, so living with these, like,
Uh,
oh, sorry, you go, Gabby.
no, I was gonna say like here. I mean, they'd say it in Italian, but here like they even curse your mother and everything
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point, even the coach. But like it's like offer like to be better, and at the end of the day,
Right.
you laugh with them in the locker. So
100%. 100%. So living with, like, again, these superstars, is there anything like, I mean, we're not like NBA level, like all-stars or anything, but is there anything like that you're allowed to disclose? Like if let's say you go out or just something that just like shocks you, because like these guys obviously are making a pretty good living and whatnot. But I'm just curious if it's like, is there anything that's like, what the hell? Like this is like as Micah says, there's levels to this, and you're playing with guys that are at like the top of the level. Is there like any like craziness that goes on or crazy story?
man, I had this. I think this was like first week, fourth day or fifth day. Like we had a weekend free. Like I went out with the guys because they wanted to show me like Italy and whatever.
Right.
And we decided to like go to like a disco or whatever. And my mindset was okay. We're just gonna enter and we're gonna like have fun, dance, and nothing so special. But then I went out. It was Nimir, the opposite Nimir, and Bruno, and all these like huge players. And then I'm like with them and everything. I'm here like okay, I'm just going with the flow. Like I love you, man. Like you like I would really like a picture with you right now, but I'm not gonna be that guy. And everything, and I'm just chilling, and then like we walk in and Simon starts saying hi to everybody, like literally like he says hi to the guy that owns the club, like the DJ, like the girl like getting the drinks and whatever, and I'm here like, bro, you know everybody here? Like, he goes, no, I just been around. And he goes, hey, like, give me this, give me that, blah, 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 blah. And these guys are just like ordering things like they actually own the place and everything. And at the end of like they're super nice guys and everything. At the end of the night, like I say, like, okay, I have fun and everything. I'm gonna pay for my stuff because obviously you go someplace, you pay for your stuff.
Right.
And they say like, no, don't worry, kid, everything's already paid. And we just bounce, and I'm like, but I went to a cashier, like, where was this? Where did this happen? You know, like, no, don't worry. So it's basically like this everywhere I go with this guy, especially with Simon. He knows like, I don't know how many people he knows, but every time he walks into a restaurant, place, even to freaking Conat, which is Walmart here in Italy. Like he's, hey, what's up? And I'm here like, bro, I wish I'd be you, you know, like I can just like walk into places, maybe like even for free or like skip the line or something like that and just no. But
he's just taking stuff off the shelf at Walmart, like cereal. It's like, it's already paid for. I know.
You just take it, man. Just take
Just
it.
take it, bro. It's all
like,
good. I got it. Everything
like,
in here. Just take it.
Like I'm like, all right. So they have for sure made a good living and everything, and you know, like Simon has a restaurant here, which is like we go. Yeah, he has two restaurants actually here in like where I'm at right now. He's one of the best like business and player person I've ever met. Like I would say he's like the closest to LeBron type of person I will ever meet.
That's awesome.
That's
here.
nuts.
So
In your first year,
and he's
too.
like, yeah, man. Like I tell you, this man, it's a crazy experience. It's a crazy experience. Just like my first time here, just coming out of BYU. I step in a court in Italy. I see the Italian flag on the court. This like huge guys are practicing, and then hey, this is Gabi, and all I see is the Checo, Luca, Lucarelli, Simon, Saichev, Kovar, like Ansani, all these like huge players. Look at me. I made a good relationship with Bruno. I had a really good first year. As of right now, and this is barely what we're barely in March right now.
Are you signed for 2 years?
I just signed for two more years in Lubeck.
Congratulations, man.
Wow, sick.
That's so sick, man.
Yeah. Today we like made it official, so
snap it.
Hey.
Get the exclusive. That's so sick, man.
That is exclusive.
Yeah,
Right on,
man.
dude. Congrats.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, you guys.
That's super
it's
sick.
crazy.
And when you go back, do you go back to Puerto Rico or to?
Yeah. I mean, I obviously have some businesses to take care of, like in the U.S. because of the, university and everything else. But I will always go back home and vacation there for a while, get prepared physically and everything to just come back, take a little beach vacation.
That national team, are you planning on doing that every year, or what's the situation with that kind of thing?
The national team?
Yeah.
As of right now, like things are being put in pause just because this whole like Russia and Ukraine war thing. Then like COVID is kind of like messing around with like all the in general sports and tournaments, as we can say, like because some countries care, some don't care.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the government has to say yes or no to certain things. But I said right now, like we were gonna play the World League in Russia, and then that got like either postponed or I don't know if it's gonna happen still. So as of right now, I'm taking one day at a time, basically. So I really still don't know how national team is gonna work out, but we'll see how that goes.
Got you.
So I know that Puerto Rico is a national team. I think me and Mike were talking about this before the pod. We want to kind of get into, like, now that you experienced, the top of the top players, what's the difference between, would you say, let's do all three, actually. Your training in college, the Puerto Rican national team, and then Italian. What are some things that you maybe like about each of them, or like the big differences between those three?
I saw them as like school, So like, let's say college, I saw it as like, okay, we had to like go every day. Preseason, we had to do like passing drills, setting drills, how to do your approach, how to do all this, which here or like nationally playing, you don't do those type of things. The coach has your drill. We go ahead, we practice 1 hour and 40, maybe 1 hour and a half, go home. Do this every day and do weights and everything. Maybe I don't know you guys, but like in my college during weights, the preseason, the first month, they showed us how to do stuff like cleans, like bench press, like the freshmen's. Like if we were doing a new workout, like do it like very slowly. Nationally and here not like, hey, this is your workout. Get to work, and if you have questions, maybe ask, but we're not gonna like stop to show you how to do something because there's a lot of people how to do so, even though they actually like help out. So I would say college for me was just fun, it was just fun because like, I mean, realistically, not every game we played was against Hawaii and UCLA.
Right.
We played like games that weren't like that like tough. So we basically like have fun during the travel.
Hell yeah.
Go to places and doing all that, mess around, doing all those type of things, and things that like you kind of miss about college, and that freedom that like now you have to be worrying about like, I don't know, getting to your like meeting on time or doing like the type of videos that we did in college are not the same here. Like you kind of have to like pay way more attention here because even the suckier teams, as they say, they're
Yeah.
still strong. You know, like
Yeah.
let's say like an example, the team we played yesterday beat Modena like a couple of days before.
Right.
You know, like last Sunday. So like it's not like bad team. So then it just very fun and I don't know, like that college experience for sure was more free. You know, is even though right now I have way more freedom than I had in college, but like that free that fun of like having that routine of college basically was it was cool. Basically, less responsibilities, as they say. You only had to go to class and get good grades. So
That's
other than that,
true.
we knew how to play volleyball.
What's the biggest culture
Yeah.
shock that you had going to Italy? And also volleyball, like what is the biggest like difference that you've experienced off the court and on the court?
Man, in volleyball, I'll say the speed of the game and the way they think here is completely different as like anything I've ever like encountered, like college and nationally. It's been is over there is kind of slower, as we'll say, because like let's say the type of setters we get are high school setters in college. We say we get high school setters that like then get to I don't know improve during the years of college, or they're already kind of like good setters in high school and whatever. Here, like the speed is like man, the first ball the Checo set me went like this, and I didn't even see what happened. I went to jump and the ball just passed. I'm like, he goes, you have to cut it before. I'm like, man, Will Stanley only sent me like a ball like went like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like the speed was like not at all, man. I could take a coffee and then hit the ball. Here now, so and the type of game, the speed of the game, the way they think. Oh, you have to be like here, you have to be right there, make this switch. Here, here I would say they play more of that like Micah will say will know this that more like UCLA game. That like maybe Kofi will go hit the pipe or like somebody will do something like the oppo goes here or the outside goes there, libero goes area one, like things like this. They do here and they kind of expect you to perform those type of roles because you're a professional already.
Yeah.
So that's that. Um, so basically the speed off the court, I will say the people here are they're a little tough to
They're
get
Like
to
the
pretty
like
civilian,
them.
like normal
they're
people,
they're
or
pretty
like
stuck up, huh?
Yeah, yeah, like
Like
people
I'm Italian and
here. I mean, I said it's
yeah.
blue and it's blue,
Yeah,
but like,
exactly.
and I say like, okay, you say it's blue, but it's like, bro, it's light blue. No, 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 it's blue. It's light blue. It's not the same. So, um, that because like let's say I knew it was gonna happen because with Davide, not many people know this, but like with Davide, the first year it was horrible between him and me because like he will be I will like give him a hard time because he would not like how things are. I'm like, oh,
Uh
sorry, bro. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
here you go. This is for you. No, no, like you're
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
like things, and so. But for a long time, I didn't understand his feelings either about stuff. So we always had that little like cultural
yeah.
Right.
impact and everything, and then after he became one of my like brothers. So here I knew it was gonna happen. Like I stepped here and I went to like the grocery store and then this like woman or this guy started saying something to me and I look at them. I was like, man, if only I could hit you, like just if only. So that would be like the toughest thing, just to like kind of get used to that like type of
Yeah,
culture.
yeah, yeah.
Because they're like I
They're
would
very
say they're
strong
like
personality and they
yeah
know what they like and
ex-
they like There's
is
no
that,
other way.
like
Yeah.
there's only that. So that'll be the only thing off the court, I would say. And the driving here is crazy, man.
I
It's
heard it's crazy. It's
man,
like
it's
free
crazy,
for all.
bro. If it's open, you go.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
There's no yields, there's no stops. If it's open, you win because you maybe be stuck there for a while if you don't go. So
Yeah.
uh,
So
it's crazy.
we got the driving aspect. Luckily, like they were like, "Oh, do you want a car gauge?" I was like, "Nah, just give it to like the people who live in my apartment. They could just give me a ride." Because like here, it's just like it's a lawless town, like the same. Like just I'm still getting accustomed to like the signs and like the paint, like stuff like that, and just drivers. Because here in Bulgaria, here they'll literally stop the car and to get out to fight you. Like that's like one of the things. Like I've seen it, and one of my teammates almost had to do it. I'm just like I just don't want to just get myself in that situation. But going back to what you talked about earlier, you talked about Mona being upset by maybe a lower level team in Italy, which is still a high level team. That's been happening. I've noticed that's been happening a lot in Italy. And as a top tier club, and I'm guessing your what's the word I'm looking for? The president and everyone's expecting you guys to win everything. Is it like, okay, when you guys get upset, the few times that you have been, is it like does everyone kind of freak out, or the president or like the organization freak out, or like what's it like over there?
Yeah, it's like I mean, the first couple of games I remember. Give me a sec. The first couple of games I remember, we won the first game, and then we lost the other couple of like the other two games,
Right.
and we had to have a full conversation with the team manager and everything about stuff, like because the expectation of this team is champions. There's no other type of there's no like, oh, participation, or if we play good or play bad. No, it's either you win or you lose. So that's the champion mentality. So there's no like kind of they don't accept that type of like behavior of like losing 2-3 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't happen. It's not normal for a team like this that like spends a lot of like time and resources and money gathering so many great players for them to, not perform to their standards. So, and I like this type of thing because
Right.
they get you to like, hey, you gotta wake up, you gotta go ahead. So, but it's also very obvious that like every team here is very good. Like, and if not very good, they have like very good players in their team, so it's almost kind of difficult to kind of win when you have a Simon that makes a center that makes like 17 points a game. What are you going to do about that? Basically, there's nothing you can do about that.
Who's the most impressive? Like, obviously Simone is
mm-hmm.
up there. Is there any other players you've played this year where you're like, or maybe a player that you didn't think was that good, and then you played them and you're like, oh, that guy is serious.
Man, I would say the most impressive ones, I would say Simon, obviously, but like you give anything to Simon, there's a reason that guy is one of the most paid athletes, paid volleyball players in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
But and this year I found out why, like straight, like with my own eyes. I was like,
yeah,
man,
that guy is
I will give you everything. I will give you everything if it was for me. It's for you to play my team. But like I would say, one of the most impressive players as a hitter is Lucarelli. Man, I've seen that guy attack like hard from sets coming behind his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I try to do that, I'll probably break my shoulder. Or like let's say like there's a chase ball and then somebody sets it right in the middle of the court. This guy will do a bicycle 2 steps and bombs away to like just things that like you won't see normally.
That is super true. I feel like a lot of those like Ingapeth,
they take those type of risks.
They take those cuts at the ball, and you're like, that's what makes you very special.
Right.
Like the ball is never unhittable for you. You're just
Yeah,
cranking
literally.
it.
If the ball is like at least this much over the net, it's a ball that you can hit the crap out of
Right.
it. So it's the most impressive. And I'll say,
So when you played
Engapet
against,
was interesting.
okay, yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Was yeah, that was interesting. And even though he like didn't play like lights out against us, like it's still like my coach. I was the one blocking him, and my coach. I blocked him once, and I something like that, and he looked at me, and I looked at him. Because like if he looks at me, I'm gonna look back. I'm not gonna be like if he looks at me, I'm gonna look back. I know I'm gonna lose this fight, but I'm gonna look back.
Right.
And then my coach comes to me and say, "Man, from years of experience, don't wake him up. just don't wake him up, man. Like if you block him,
It's so true though. There's so many players that like just sleep their way through some games, and then I'm like, and they wake up because something happens, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like we literally that guy was sleeping. Like he can do this, and for 2.5 sets, he like didn't care at all.
Nothing.
And then just comes out of nowhere and starts bombing balls. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
I would say two of the players are like this. Yeah, two players are like this. Zaitsev is like this, and Engapet is just like this. Once Ivan Zaitsev gets angry, you're done. You're done.
Dude,
a ball's
Engapet
coming
hits
straight
harder
to you.
than you think too. Like that
he
ball
finds
is
gaps.
heavy.
He finds gaps. He's an
he
extremely
can get a hold
impressive
of it.
person. So
You can get a hold of it.
for sure.
With Zaitsev, one of my favorite things, just like looking at him, my favorite thing is just when he just starts yelling, like I said, when he gets angry. Do you kind of see like, one thing I like seeing overseas players do is that you can see kind of it boiling up at times, and then you're just like, oh, something's about to explode here. Is it the same way with Devon or no?
Yeah, for sure. Like me, I'm a person that like I watch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and everybody's doing their stuff, but in my area of the game, I'm only looking at the opposite. I'm looking at what Zaitsev is doing and everything, because if anything happens, I have to come in. I have to do everything the same. So sometimes some things happen. Either he gets blocked, he misses a serve, somebody does something, and I kind of see him like doing that look. Like he looks down. He does like look down. He plays with his tape and something like that, and then he like his right hand. He has like that huge tape, and then he starts like squeezing like his hand like this. And then at some point something happens, and then you see his like veins coming straight, like this big vein coming out. And I'm like, I tell my guy from the team, after this play, he's gonna scream. He like puts the ball down, and this super like beast scream comes out. I'm like, yep, it's about to happen, guys. Hold on. Because
That's
after
so
that,
awesome.
he goes lights out, because man, he's Russian. He's Italian, but like he's Russian blood. So what comes out of that is insane.
Yeah, the Russians are no joke.
At all.
Well, I don't think we want to keep you that much longer, Gabby, because like I said, but this is my last question I have for you. But so why would you say? So I'm trying to think. March. We're in a 6th month of our season now. Would you say for all of us?
Yeah,
or 5th month?
around.
You think
5,
why is
I
it?
think, but...
Why do you think we're so much more tired now? Like before we got on this call, we're all like, damn, bro, like I'm freaking tired. Like, you know what I'm saying? But on top, think about it. I was thinking about this the other day. Is we used to wake up, and I don't know how they did at BYU, UCLA. You wake up at like 4:30 a.m. or 4 a.m., go to lifting, then you have college the whole day, and then you have practice. It could be 3 hours. We still do 3 hours here. It's crazy. And then you sometimes have to study at night. But I'm more tired now, like physically, like my bones and like my body aching more than I was in college. Why do you guys think that is? Just out of curiosity.
Man, I was thinking exactly the same the other day. I was
It's like
like, I am physically I'm more tired, even though like I'm doing less
right,
during the day. So like because during the day we basically like I we if we have two like practice during the day,
right,
I lift weights around 9 or 10. Then after that, I practice at 4:30 or 5. So like I basically only do that, and I rest and I just rest. I'm in my house where I do whatever I need to do, but I don't have to like be sitting down 2 hours in class, or I don't
right.
have to like those type of things that we used to do in college. I don't know. I don't know. I will say it's like kind of mentally too. It's like we're only focused on doing one thing
Right.
now. Then like before, it's like okay, like before we had to like kind of shift from like being tired from volleyball or lifting to like be
Right.
mentally prepared to just go to class
That's
or
true.
like to study or to like write a paper for tomorrow or like write out like a 5-page paper for like a 11:59,
Yeah.
so like that would be like my thing is like right now mentally we are only know that we're only doing one thing, so
That's
we
true.
only have like we only focus on what we're doing that one thing, so it kind of hurts more because that's the only thing our body's getting.
I have an idea as well. I think like I'm always tired, so I can't even like I'm always tired. In college I was tired, here I'm tired. But we have less like going on in our lives to
Yeah.
get me excited for stuff. Like I'm either tired or I'm like oh, we're doing something like and here it's like
Yeah,
nothing. It's like practice, lift and it's like just so like groundhog's day, it's like monotonous that I'm just like
True.
there's nothing to get me like to wake up for. And I don't know if that's the same for you, but like I feel like my tank emotionally and like mentally in college was getting refilled like constantly. You're always like
right,
dicking around with the boys or doing something super fun or and that like fills me up more instead of tiring me out. It like gives me more energy. And here I'm
right,
just like in my apartment all damn day. So I'm
That's
for
so
sure going
true.
to just sleep all day. And then I'm even more tired cuz I'm like for some reason if you sleep too much you get even more tired and that's what happens to me overseas. So,
man.
I think we have
I get
less
that.
like you know what I mean? Like we have less like shit going on to
Right.
wake us up
To actually
for.
get more like yeah.
Yeah, you
Man, I
wake up and
think
you're like, all right, I got to lift at 9, and then I'll wait 5 hours and I'll practice at 5, just like
then I
I
like
did
sleep for two
yesterday
hours. Then
and the other day. And it's like, I know what my day is going to look like. But in
right.
college, sometimes you get into some stuff or like, it's like, oh, we're going there? Like, let's go. And then like, I'm up again instead of being just
Yeah, yeah.
knowing what my day is going to look like.
That's
Man,
so
and I
true.
tell you, even though like the 4 a.m., 5 a.m. practices in the morning, like I feel like here I'm way more tired than like
For
having those
sure.
type of things.
For
Way more
sure. I
tired.
am too. I am too.
I think.
Also, like the training here is
It's higher.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I can
like
imagine.
it's kind of higher, like because like I don't know, like I don't know you guys, but like me as a hitter at BYU, I didn't have to go like 200% to put a ball like in the court.
Mhm.
Right.
Like I kind of knew what was gonna happen or like who's gonna block me or everything, and I just like do a little like shot into the block out and shot into the court in. But here, if you try to do that, that would never work.
That's
So
true.
like you
That's
had to
true.
like yeah, you have to like raise your level and practice like way like 200% every day and to like do all that. So like that can also be a fact, but for sure, like the whole nothing's motivating me to like fuel my like motivation, energy, or like anything. That's that's also true.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Going overseas, you realize like, wow, I was not competing. Like,
not at
like
all.
I was just
Yeah,
walking through games, and then I'm like gassed overseas, and I'm like, wow, this is what it's like to actually be like an athlete. Like I'm actually
right,
tired at times, like trying so hard just to get my like team 2 points in the fifth set, or like
right.
to
And
try
then
and push a team to 5 because I haven't been on like
and like
I'm
going
never on
back
the
to serve
top.
exhausted from like a rally or something. Man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
thing never happened to us in
Like
college, so
maybe
now it is.
maybe BYU and UH, I was like actually like physically tired during the match.
Hmm.
But other than
Right.
that, like you said, like we're kind of we're kind of cruising through college,
Yeah.
And then you get here and you're like
I
working so
basically-
hard. You're working so hard to get like 1 point. And I'm like, God damn, like I just want 1 point so bad. You're fighting so hard and you get it and it's it's just different.
Basically,
for sure.
you have to do another point to make 1 point in practice, and you're like, man, come on.
Yeah.
I just remember like going right before practice. I go to Hawaiian barbecue, get L&L, just pound 2 double cheeseburgers, go into practice.
I could never.
Right before, I was like, all right, let's do it, boys. I'd be like half asleep. I'd be like, all right, boys, let's do it. I'd suck it up, and at the practice, be like, all right, good day, boys, good day. But here, if you can't do that. You got to be like 100% bought in. You got to, like I said.
Yeah.
It's also, one thing I also noticed about it is that once your brain realizes that, okay, let's say you have something in the morning and you have nothing in the afternoon, it automatically, like I said, it shuts you down and you become more sore because you're getting that mind sound.
Man,
But-
I've gone to bed on 9.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
dude.
going to bed all the time at 9, 10. They know. Gage knows.
Yeah,
If he
that's
texts
true.
me at like 10, I'm asleep.
That's so true.
I arrive at my house, I put my backpack down, I sit right here, and I put some like Naruto on, and
For
Goners.
sure, dude. I'm the same.
completely goner.
I'm
You get your own apartment, Gabby?
Yeah,
Good man, yeah. Luckily.
I get my own apartment and my own car here.
Yeah, they asked me if I want to live. I don't know. They asked me if I want to live with someone else. I was like, nah, I want my own apartment. So it's like it's kind of like
Yeah, man.
it's like yeah, it can get a little lonely sometimes, but at the same time, it's like you need your own personal space. Like
There's benefits to both for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I've had my fair share of roommates in college about other cultures. I have Felipe, which he was an awesome dude, but man, he was the type of guy that will like, okay, this is the cup to put the powder. I'll take the powder, I chuck it in the air, and I try to catch it like this. And the second one I put in, like, and then you're like, see, oh man, come on. Or like Davide, who'll be like, he'll eat a full pizza, and then like he'll walk to the kitchen, leave it on the counter when the trash can is like right under the counter.
For sure. And you don't have to deal. It is nice. Like, and you start to appreciate your solitude. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, and
wow,
I
can
love
just
it
go
because like
home.
all the mess that is in my house is my mess.
Right.
And then
You're
like I know where
And it's
Or-
therapeutic cleaning it all.
Right.
It's therapeutic. Like I do that before
I
games.
love cleaning.
That's my pregame. That's the next
Oh,
question.
actually, me too.
What's my pregame is I vacuum my entire place. I make my bed. I do the dishes. So when I come back, let's say if I just like absolutely shattered up during the match, I can come back to this just like calmness of just like in like my oasis, I guess. So what's your like pregame? What's your guys' pregame rituals, if you have any?
Man, team wise, it's all the same. Go to dinner, talk as a
right.
team. Go. Me, like when I'm at home, I clean my house. I clean
Wow,
my
that's
whole
crazy.
house.
You
Like,
both do that?
I clean
Oh, yeah.
my whole house, and then like when I come back,
I've
to my
never heard
house,
of that.
Man, like it's all clean, man. I can sit down, I'm
Dude,
relaxed.
fuck yeah.
I don't. It's like I don't have to like watch something
Interesting.
dirty,
Yeah.
Man, it's therapeutic, and I like it. Like I used to do like I used to do like I will watch I'll wash my car. I would go to the car wash my car, clean my home, and I go like to the game. I'm all fresh. I know my house is clean, my car is clean, everything's in order. Let's go to the
Dang,
kid.
I gotta try that.
Dude, you should. You should. Because like
Yeah,
especially
it's
when you come
therapeutic.
from away trips and you get back late, oh, there's nothing better. It's
Bro,
it's amazing.
imagine wanting to like make yourself something after like a away trip, and then you see like your kitchen is dirty. You know, like
Yeah. No.
That's such a bad
nice is
trip.
My stuff's usually clean. Like my stuff is usually, and like you said, learning. Like I wasn't very messy in college,
Mhm.
but then you get to live with yourself, and you're like, who the heck made this mess? And it's like, oh, it's you.
right.
Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I make more of a mess than
Man,
I thought. And then I started getting
who the hell
better
used
at
this plate?
Yeah.
I
You
did.
can't blame it on anyone. And I'm like, oh, I probably was blaming a lot on other people when like I was making a mess myself. But
For sure.
You
But
learn
that's
to
one of
live
my
by
favorite
yourself
pre-games, just cleaning my house.
that's crazy that you both. That's crazy that you both do that.
Also-
'Cause I've never heard of anyone else doing that.
one other thing that I do is I always before practice on the walk into practice and then walk into games, I always have a red apple, every single day. Every single day. If I had,
I don't like doing that.
I
'cause
tried a
what if
week
you
of
don't
green.
have your apple, bro.
Dude, I live right next to the BU. I live right next to the supermarket here, so it's super easy for me. But What
if it's closed, or what if like
I get a bundle?
I don't like.
I
set
always make
myself
sure.
up
No,
like
dude.
that.
I always make sure I have apples. I go for apples every week, like a bundle of 12.
It's gonna happen.
No,
this
dude.
Next game.
Well, actually, I tried with green apples for a week. The worst week of playing that I've had here. So I realized, okay, I can only have red apples, and I'm not like superstitious at all, but a little, I guess. I'm a little stitious.
Man, if you're having an apple every time,
dude.
Yeah.
before,
All right, that's
You
my
can't
one.
follow
That's my
up what
one
you
thing.
just said with, and I'm not superstitious. Like, wait,
man,
what?
if you're having an apple, man, you're superstitious. Like that's
All right,
it.
I'm a little. I'll give you that. All right, well, Gabi, it's getting late for all of us here. We don't want to keep you up. I know you're hard at work. You got championships to win. When's it? What? You guys are still in Champions League, yeah?
Yeah, we're semifinals now, Champions League.
Who do you play?
Ben Pesh team. I forgot the name
Ooh,
of it.
Berlin. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big one.
I
Battle
think
of
it's
the
so.
BYU opposites.
That's true. Wait, where were you gonna go?
We'll see what happens.
Where were you gonna go before
Yup.
BYU? What college were you?
Cal
Cal
If you're
Baptist.
left. Oh yeah, and then worked out in the end for the best, 100%.
Not
Yeah,
for
for sure.
us.
You guys, but
I was like, Cal Bap, that's awesome, man. That's great. You do your thing over there, brother.
BYU, damn.
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
man.
You guys were stacked, man. All right. Well, thanks for hopping on the pod, Gabi.
It's pretty
Cheers, brother.
fun.
Thanks,
guys.
Gabi. You can handle the heat. Yeah. You can handle the heat.
It's good seeing a familiar face in Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Gabi Garcia. Yeah, okay, I got that right.
Yeah.
I usually butcher those intros, but thank God I got that
That
one
dude's
right.
having a
Dude,
dang good season, man.
dude, that's my. I tip my cap to him for sure. He got put in a crazy situation. He is
did.
elevating his play. Good for him, man.
real.
Dude, he's living the life. Just think of like all those people, just like
Yeah.
I can only imagine just like a day, just like with those literal superstars who are, I mean, they're not like tens of millionaires like NBA or NFL, but like they're pretty good. So I can imagine like what it's like to like get a little taste of what true professional sports is a lot
sure.
of places. But good for him, man. I'm happy. He's such a
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a chill dude.
Yeah, super. Man, we've had our battles, man.
Dude, yeah.
That's the first time I've talked to him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm wording this wrong.
No, you're right.
That's the
No, you're
first
right.
time I've actually like really, really talked to him. It's
life.
always been like really quick, like good games and stuff like that.
100%. Well, before we wrap it up here, I just want to give a quick shout out to our two sponsors, Manscaped. Remember, Micah, hit him with the do you know the Manscaped code, Micah?
Volleyballs, all caps, no cap.
Hey, all caps, no cap. Remember, it's all going to be a link in the bio. And also, to keep yourself nice and electrolyted, hit you up with Dr. Price Electrolytes, Addison 20% off. And remember, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. This has been another episode presented by Addis System.